Oh, hello boys, good morning. I do have updates for you on this absolute glorious spear slash polearm paladin. So we're a little bit further now. I've been playing more and more when I thought, I was like, hey, I should stop now and take another update video, but I don't know, I just kept playing and I was just, but good progress. Good items. I'll show you what we got. So, level 71, our Paladin's called Toothpick because I thought that was funny. That's what I called my original Warpike e-botted Paladin back in the day. So, I don't know. If I amuse myself, that's enough for me, you know? Strength is 110, Dexterity is 120, Vitality I've started to pump a bit higher. These do need to go higher depending on what my base is for many weapons. I still have not upgraded my Honed Sundeniari I showed in the last video, but this... yeah, that's going to be a ghost spear in the end. It's going to have higher requirements, so I need to double check it before I put stat points in. For this, I put 2 shells and an am in there. That works very nicely to give us a decent breakpoint and also enough leech with that base. We're currently on Nightmare for most of our farming. We can do Hell, we are up to Hell, but it is, it's a little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. So, we can do it, but I'm just not there yet. So, I'm happy on Nightmare. We've been doing Worldstone Keep, so I'll do a run of that probably a little bit later. There's not too much to show in here, other than the crushing blows from the Honed Sundom, which is amazing. That's worth showing. Increased attack speed is very good, because of 2 shells and a treachery, and we have 73 magic find with what we currently have. So, if we go over to the skills... I have Salvation, Resist Lightning, and Holy Shock. So I'm just going for max pulse damage, max lightning damage, because I'm still on Nightmare. So I have Respect out of the fire. It's doing me pretty well. It's helping a lot in some resistant areas. I can do some Cold Plains runs on Hell, which is okay. I ended up farming Bishabosh for a bit. It's a little bit slower, but I'm happy on Nightmare for the time being, as I said before. So, Honed Sundom... That's our main weapon. Magnus skin, decent gloves. I did craft this recently just to replace a plain lifesteal ring, because we haven't even found like a Cathar's yet, which is so sad to say, you know? So I'll craft more blood rings in the future. Okay-ish stats, a little bit of MF, and it's really dog shit, so I will get more. Our belt is only for resistances. It's kind of sad. We did manage to find a Ravenfrost when doing Nightmare Chaos, which is crazy, because that's going to be very, very important later on. I can eventually try and farm for like a 2-piece death set. I might do that, we'll see. I did find some Nat Boots with high lightning res, which is awesome. We do need that out of the 2 options. Treachery in the Wormhide is good. Because we don't have a shield, we can proc fade a little bit quicker than, you know, if we did have one and we're blocking evading hits, so that's kind of cute. More res, more hit recovery. It's not the best looking base, but it'll do for now, right? When farming on Nightmare, I do have enough space to chuck in some magic find, so I did opt for putting in this helm, but I do have a couple of options that I use alternatively, such as this kind of stat stick and resistances circlet. So if I'm going on to Hell, then I'd probably put that in. So strength, dexterity. I've got inner sight charges, which is kind of neat, and then all res. So I'll keep that aside for when I might need it. I do have a 3-socket death mask if I need to make something else. I also have a bulwark that is on my Mercenary, so I might actually go grab him just really quickly so I can show you guys. I haven't really been... I've been hopping back and forth between Hell, so he has been dying a lot. He won't be high enough level. He's 62. Yeah, that's right. So he's just got crappy plate, but he does have a bulwark here, which is nice. So I can use that myself, but I just opted for Magic Find for the time being, because I don't really need it, and my pulse is strong enough. He's got a Spire of Honor. If I chuck that here, you can see the stats better. That's just a really, really good big toothpick, you know? Damage to demons, replenish life, big attack rating, flat damage, 20 to 40. So that does a decent bit of damage. The Mercenary I want to change up quite a lot. If I can get a Hustle and a Voice of Reason, then I might end up switching to, what do you call it, Knack 5 Frenzy Mercenary. There's definitely options to do. On my Switch, I do have something I can use on a temporary basis, and that would be a Kelpie Snare. So I ended up finding this, and I've got slow target 75%, right? That's great. So if I end up pushing through hell, I can switch to this, I can slow an individual target, and then I can just switch back and use my damage stick, which is my Hone Sundered. I don't really have anything else to use utility-wise, so I thought it was kind of neat and definitely on theme. It looks absolutely banging, boys. That is probably one of the coolest uniques I've seen. It's so nice. I did end up finding the other version of that. I don't know if I still have it. I do. The Razor Time. I found these within like 10 minutes of each other, which is kind of cute. Not too much to utilize on either of them, other than the slow effect on the Kelpie Snare. I could upgrade it, but it's kind of whatever, I suppose, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's about that in terms of gear. I've got resistances on the amulet, which is probably going to be a mainstay, right? I need to look for more res options. Obviously like Amara's, but I could find some cheeky rear options, you know? Yeah. Charms have been weird, but we have been finding stuff that we can use. I've got a couple of kind of low, you know, max damage charms to use. Bit of attack rating, some small like resistances here or there, but it's enough to help. It has been quite handy. One item I did find, where is it? There we go. I ended up finding one of these, boys, to put some magic find in. So I've got that beautiful blue plate if I would like to. I don't really need to provide further context. I think you guys know, if you've been watching my content, how much I love this very, very specific type of item. But let's shift that back, because the more I use it, the more I just want to keep using it, and I need my treachery on. So let's shift back through, and let's do some gameplay. I'm very strong for where I'm up to, where I am currently farming in Nightmare. I'm just going for a little bit more levels, trying to find some more gear, just to fill out, you know, lots of small bits. Such as, you know, my belt is shite. My ring, I only just started to craft one again. So I'm enjoying this part of the leveling process where I have freedom on where to farm in reasonable areas, and then I can just slowly replace stuff, right? But probably not with Eisenharts, because no one likes that. Let's go to Worldstone Keep. If I can find a nice base to make like a hustle rune word, I might end up doing that earlier and putting it on the Act 2 Mercenary instead of doing like the Act 5. Act 5 would be nice, but I guess I can double up the auras, right? If I do it on the Act 2 Mercenary, so I could go Might or something like that. Let's get away from the souls, they're annoying. I can still kill them because my physical damage is quite high compared to my lightning. I feel like this is a dead end. Someone should already know that. Yeah, it is. Trash. Ooh, ooh. I'm loving the one-pointer to charge though. It's never going to get old for me. Seriously, nothing else to kill? A couple of those boys, I suppose. Well, at least we got my Fade proc from spinning through there, so max res across the board. We've got 80 on lightning res because we have the resist aura, which increases the max. You boys know that. When playing through some more difficult areas, I kind of circle around and then I can charge and pin one individual mob from a pack, which is pretty funny. It's a little bit dicey sometimes, but it has actually helped me quite a lot. Like when I started farming in Hell, I would just circle Bishibosh camp and try and pull mobs away from any of the shamans, and then I would spin through and just charge one of them. It was so funny to me. It's good to have a break from, like, playing only one fucking type of build, like, I don't know, Sorceress or, you know, Demon Machine Enchantress, and just trying something else. So, I'm enjoying this. The big stick is fun, boys. The big stick is fun. could do with some mana steel, actually. Look at that. 2. It's gross. I might do a couple of waves. I don't think I will fully clear it. Should I? I don't know. I'll see how I go. We'll see. My Mercenary's 63. He's still alive. I'm 71. I need to rehire another one. Get like Mike or some shit. Yeah, I'll full clear. I'll full clear and I'll finish Bale. Why not, boys? Oh, almost 72. That's exciting. These guys can be rough sometimes. Bartek explodes on me with amp. Nah, I'm alright. One skill, salvation at 19, damage is slightly higher. The pulse with 1 to about 1300 is kind of cool on Farming Nightmare. A lot of the smaller mobs can just get popped in like 1 or 2. Oh, that's right. One thing I forgot to show, which I should have mentioned it earlier. I found a Vex rune in Nightmare, farming Worldstone Keep. And the boys are telling me, Billy, that's pretty much half a Breath of the Dying, which it kind of is, almost. So I might end up trying to get an Ethereal Warpike and build that out. And convert into a physical stick Paladin. I'm very excited. I'm not sure if that will come to fruition. It'll depend on what I find. Yeah, just how things progress. But I could see that. I could see that working out quite well. I'll show you guys after this battle. Bing, 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 bing. Great Helm, no one cares. Spirit Mask, we could sell that. Sparkling Ball Sack. And Maiden Pike, no one cares. Nice. Nice. I don't have anything really. Except... yeah. That's the victory I told you about. So, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we get along. There could be an e-botted physical variant later down the run. So, I'll see you boys soon. There might be a stream soon. Miss you already.